This isn't just football. It's purpose. It's power. Learning about the people who execute the mission and represent more than just themselves. Behind every jersey is a story. Behind every whistle, a mission. Led by the coaches. Coach Nowell. Hillside. First and Goal 365 brings you the Legacy and Leadership Series every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m.
It's your man, Coach Block. I'm here with Coach Torrey Nowell from Hillside High School, and this is the First and Goal 365 podcast. As I told you before, we're going to be talking with all the coaches who are in the Jamboree and getting a different side of them, a little bit more than just the whistle and what you see on the sidelines, to engage a little bit more, to find out who's behind the whistle and what goes on off the field, so that we can get a better idea of the work that these men put in to what you see on Friday, because everybody knows Friday Night Lights is the show, but there's a lot of work that goes into what you see on Friday night. So thanks for being with me today, Coach.
How you doing? So let me correct you real fast. Torrey Nowell.
Torrey Nowell. Did
Yeah.
I say now? Which one did I say?
Terry.
Terry.
Man, well, listen, it's funny, and I'm gonna tell you why that's funny. So look, when I took the job at New Bern, when I left Pamlico, like they made a mistake and put like Newell on like one of their Facebook posts.
Okay.
And my football players was like, Coach, they don't even want you. They don't even know how to spell your name, bro. You know, but I have one of those last names that a lot of people kind of mess up on.
Right.
And my wife always tells people the same thing, man. Now like Towel.
Now like Towel. And we literally just went over that. That's the crazy part. Like, we literally just did that before we got on the air. So excuse me and allow me to apologize for that one. Man. That's crazy work. Get it together, Block. And also, y'all got to excuse me. We're filming this in the morning. I never do the morning. I'm the afternoon person. My sister's the morning person.
I'm a morning person.
Are you? Nah.
That's why I asked.
I ain't writing until like 1, 2 o'clock. Like, that's why the first interview we had set was at 7. Yeah. I'm rolling at 7. But now I'm like shaking and all this. And I don't do all this. My sister does all this. So when you see levels and checks and all that, that's her. I usually sit where you're sitting. So when we run our podcast, I'm over there. But let's get into some questions about just who you are outside of football. Then we're going to also talk about some things about the program and the upcoming season.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So first question I got is, what's the first moment or one moment that you had that shaped you as a man and a mentor that let you know, I want to be a coach?
I guess I will give this one to Coach Orr. Coach Orr is my linebacker coach at Elizabeth City State University.
Okay.
And every Friday night before we played on Saturdays, we used to have like a real man session. He'll get us all together in the hotel room, and we'll just sit there and talk about everything outside of football. And I tell people all the time, man, that was probably the first time in my life playing football that someone told me that, hey, you're more than just football.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of times our guys don't hear that because, I mean, they kind of see themselves as just football players all the time. So that's one of the bigger things that I try to make sure we do with our guys all the time, is to just make sure they understand that you're more than just football, you know, and don't take that identity on. You know, because people box you in. You know? So that's a big thing I tell guys about all the time. So that's one of the big steps that I say kind of made me do what I want to do. And plus, I kind of always loved football. You know, like I'm from a small rural area. Eastern North Carolina, Gates County. I went to a 1A high school. All right. You know, so it kind of goes into a lot of the things that I do and the principles that I share right now.
Okay. So when you're walking into the locker room, what mindset do you bring into the locker room every single day, even on the tough days when you're like, man, today I would rather call off?
Man, I tell our guys, we got to find a way. So I use my college analogy, and some of my guys will tell you from in college, like, I just wanted to play ball, so I didn't really care. So, like, if it be raining, I'd be like, man, it's raining today. I'm about to go hit somebody. Man, it's hot outside today.
You was that dude in the locker room.
I'm going to go hit somebody today because it's hot. You know, so, I mean, that's the kind of thing that I try to put in our guys. We just want to have a hard work mentality. We're going to put our hard hats on, and we're just going to go to work every day. One of the things we do, and I know a lot of people kind of against it, and it makes me unique, and I'm okay with it, is that I don't do walkthrough practices. On Thursdays, we practice.
Let's go at it.
Yeah, that's another day for defense to get an extra reps in and finish up their game plan. I mean, we're going to do all the special teams like everyone else.
Hey, so any parents who thought I was crazy when I did that, I'm glad I got somebody else
we still do that. Because, man, I don't know if you guys have experienced this before, but, like, one of the things that I've noticed since I have been coaching, and, you know, I'm going into my 11th season this year as a head coach, when you say you having light practice,
it comes with a light mentality.
They light. Yeah. The mentality is really light. Oh, we should be out of here about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I ain't practicing hard. And then I had a coach before always tell me that you can't really dial back once you already set that precedent.
Right.
So, so we go full tilt. If they come out turned up.
Yeah.
And we going hard. Oh yeah, we done for the day. Let's go. Y'all ready to roll? But I can't do that when they just in jerseys
and shorts.
And they already like, we about to get out. We about to go have fun.
They walking on the field.
Yeah.
All that.
So that's why we want to do that.
So then let me know something about your style as far as the perspective from your players. What would they say in one word about your coaching style? What would you hope they would say about your coaching style?
Oh, they'll definitely say I'm overbearing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you hear a lot, coach, you ODing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm very demanding.
Okay.
And I tell them it's for a reason though. So this is one of the things I tell them all the time is that like I think I'm a player's coach.
Okay.
And I'm a coach's coach because I want to look out for my coaches also. But I tell them too that one of the big things for me is making sure that you guys are doing the right thing at all times.
Yeah.
So when you wrong, you wrong.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely hate when I hear coaches be like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay." No, it ain't gonna be okay. Because like I tell our guys all the time, as a head football coach, like no matter how good you are or how good you think you are, I'm still responsible for how you perform. And we're never gonna put the blame on the kids when the blame should be on the kids sometimes.
Right.
But like we tell them, like I'm gonna take that. So I always tell my quarterback, like if you're gonna be a quarterback, you got to understand that you in this thing by yourself with me.
I know that's right.
Because you're going to catch a lot of the strays that I'm catching.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I'm going to take the L's for the strays that you're taking because I'm the coach.
I knew you shouldn't have thrown that.
Yeah, but it's on me, though, because at the end of the day, we're not going to put you in the spot where we make you look bad. We're going to communicate that away from everyone else. But, like, when I fuss at you, like, you got to understand that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm fussing at you because you're wrong, not because you did something right. And I'm fussing at you.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things. So that's why I say they'll probably say Coach Nowell a little overbearing, a little demanding. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So then now with that, though, you have to build a relationship for that.
Absolutely.
Like I tell a lot of
I
tell a lot of young coaches, don't come in trying to demand a whole bunch from these players and they don't know what you're going to do when everything, the chips are down. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's good when you first meet everybody and the energy's high, but then once you get punched in the mouth and now they're looking at you like, Coach, what you want me to do? If you haven't built that rapport, people just like fan you off. Like the kids will shut down.
So what I tell our kids when I first meet them, and I had a kid tell me this in the exit interview this year, which was funny because I tell them all this and some of them forget it, but some of them actually listen to it. I tell them I'm a lot like the Jay-Z song. First you love me, then you hate me, then you love me again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because usually when I take over the program, I've been kind of blessed that I've been able to win.
Yeah.
So like kids are like, oh, we got a coach who keeps playing for state championship. We want to chase state championship.
Yeah.
He young, he cool, he look like me. Oh, this about to be fun.
Yeah.
Right. So they're excited right away.
Yeah.
And then like
expectations.
I hate Coach now because he always on us about this.
Right.
Like we got certain groups who cleaned the locker room up. They didn't clean the locker room up this week, so we gotta run. We didn't do this on time. We gotta run.
Yeah.
We showed up late, so
we gotta run.
So it's kind of funny because you try to get to know your players, and I catch a lot of strays simply because I don't really communicate with parents like that.
Okay.
And it's on purpose. But it becomes with me trying to build a relationship with the child first.
Yeah.
Like I want them to know that, look, I'm gonna ride with you and I'm gonna spend a lot of time with you, but I need you to understand that like I have to build this relationship with you one-on-one. So if there does come up an issue with you and your parents and me, I need you to fight for me too.
I know that's right.
I need you to fight for me too. So that's one of the things that we kind of talk to our guys about, like, hey, at the end of the day, mommy and daddy wants you to be successful.
Yes.
But my job as a head football coach is to make sure that the entire program is successful. Because yes, you may be a Division I athlete, but Jimmy ain't.
Right.
Jimmy here playing football because he just loves.
Yeah, he enjoys the sport.
Right. So how do I still make practice fun?
Yeah.
And make sure that we all are still structured just so Jimmy can still have a good time and a good experience. So what is he going to talk about when he graduates?
I know that's right. That's right.
That's one of the big things we talk about with our guys.
Good. So how do you show up for the players outside of practice and games? Like, so where are some areas that people wouldn't even expect that you're like, nah, I'm here. I'm right there with them.
Oh, my kids know. So I don't ask them to do anything that I'm not willing to do. So like, at my former school I was at, like one of the things I used to do early in the morning is I'll go run downtown,
Okay.
the waterfront. While
Okay.
I'm running downtown, I might run through the project. So
Yeah.
I'm running.
So they
like,
see you.
So like we get through the projects and I'm running and I get back and we get to practice and the boys be like, man, coach, you making us do all this running, da da da.
Yeah.
And then my players would be like, man, coach been up there running like 3 miles already. He came through the hood running. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll work out with our guys all the time.
Mhm.
One of the cool things that I think that I do that a lot of programs are not willing to do, and I got to give this credit to Coach Rainey, who used to be at Southwest Guilford.
Okay.
Coach Rainey kind of introduced me into reading with my team. So
okay,
we read a book every year, and every year when we read a book, we use those principles in that book, and that leads up throughout the whole season.
Okay.
So we kind of carry that on. So we read together, and like we're old school when it comes to that, because I tell people all the time, like, we know that all our kids are not great readers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like we know all adults are not great readers. So one of the things that we do in reading is like we make kids read aloud.
Okay. Okay.
So like if you do struggle, like we're gonna work with you through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things we tell our guys, because we say even the best readers, sometimes don't stop.
Right.
At periods.
Right.
Don't pause at commas.
Sure.
We add words in that we think sound like what's supposed to be there, right?
And have to reread it a couple times.
And then so like a lot of times I'll start off the reading to show them that I'm confident in reading, and then they'll be okay with it. So like we've been doing 7-on-7 season. So like this year I've been very intentional with them seeing me with a book in my hand. So like before
I know that's
7-on-7, so like I'll be sitting there reading. And they're like, why are you reading, coach? You good? And I'll be like, man, yeah. But I said,
are
listen,
you good?
Yeah, that's their favorite thing. You good?
You good?
And I'll be like, yeah, but I'm just trying to like calm my mind down, because like I'm not a player anymore. So I don't have to be hyped to play.
Right.
I want to make sure I'm in the right space that I can coach you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are feeling.
Yeah. So what's a lesson that you have learned the hard way, but then also you kind of build that into your program or build that into how you work with the students, so that they may not necessarily experience that same lesson that affected you?
I can't coach every kid the way I was coached, and that's one of the things I learned when I first got there. And not taking losses as hard as I used to.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we definitely talk about all the time, because Earl Sadler used to always be like, after games were over with, when I was a young coach, I would sit in the office and I'll just sit there like, I'm mad. I want people to see that I'm mad.
Yeah.
I want people to see me that I'm working on film and I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
And he used to come out of my office and he'd be like, he was the athletic director. He used to be like, hey, Torrey, what's something you could have done tonight to help your team win? And I was like, well, I feel like we did everything. I just feel like the other team was better than us.
Yeah.
He was like, so the other team was better than you. Like,
yeah.
Go home.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Like there's nothing you can do about it. The other team's better.
It's over.
Right. And that kind of helped me out, because he gave me the confidence that like, look, what you're feeling is real.
Yeah.
Like you seen that the other team, they kind of had y'all numbered.
Yeah.
Now, if you in the office after you lost a game because you made a bad call in the game, then of course that's on you too.
You want to dwell a little.
You dwell a little bit more, but like on the most part, like I just learned that, man, you got to kind of let that go and then find another way to come back, even when you feel like the team is better than you before you play them. Like, I'm gonna try to find a way that I think our team could possibly win this game. So I think that's one of the things that we definitely talked about, just trying to get better at doing that. But then just like coaching part, like a lot of our guys can't handle the hard coaching initially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say they can't handle it. Initially, they're not prepared for it, because you have to train them for that type of mindset.
Right.
So like one of the things we always tell our guys is, listen, because I'm correcting you doesn't mean that I don't like you.
Right.
I literally had this talk with our guys when we was at Carolina 7-on-7 the other day. I said, hey, look, before we get started, let's go ahead and be honest with y'all. I pay for 7-on-7.
Yeah.
Out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you good, you're gonna play.
Yeah.
If you don't play, it don't mean that Coach Nowell don't like you.
Right.
It means I don't think you're ready yet, but I also don't want to put that pressure on you to fuss at you, because I know you're not gonna be right.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things, that getting them prepared for that and being intentional with communicating to them what you're thinking all the time. One of the things I tell coaches now is don't think you're so great that you don't have to explain to kids what you're really
I
trying
know
to
that's
do.
right.
You know, because like I tell people all the time, like they can go online and find information out.
Yeah, nah.
Especially if you're wrong, like, oh,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know, so like I tell our guys all the time, like, look, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be wrong more than I'm right.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm right.
Yeah.
So trust me, you know, and I'm gonna work with you. And if I'm wrong, I tell guys I'm wrong.
And you've done the research. And
Yes.
I've taken the time to actually think about it. And I think that's the part that even being in the head coaching seat, when you take the time to deliver, we're teachers too.
Absolutely.
We've put the curriculum together. We've done the research to know what we're coaching and know what we're talking to make sure, like, hey, I'm not going to tell you wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what does accountability look like in your program for your coaches and for your players? Because it's different.
Listen, I'm the same with all of them. My kids will tell you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm this way, and a lot of coaches can't handle it, especially young coaches when they first get in, because it's all about respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I tell them all the time, if you're gonna be a coach who's gonna fuss at kids all the time and get on them every time they mess up, and when Coach Nowell, the head coach who's in charge, fuss at you in front of them, then I don't want to hear anything from you.
I know that's right. You got to be able to dish it and take it.
Yeah, you know, because I've been in positions when I was an assistant coach that I took an L in front of the kids on a game day. And they like, Coach, you gonna let Coach talk to you like that? And I'm like, absolutely, because I tell y'all to let him say what he got to say to y'all.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that comes with just understanding, I guess, what we're trying to do.
Yes.
You know, and like I tell my coaches, they see me doing something wrong, I'm okay with them calling me out. But my players also know that if I'm doing something wrong, call me out. So they know that, like, hey, you late for practice, you got a bear crawl.
Yeah.
So I be trying my hardest not to be late, because I know they're gonna be like, yo, Coach, now
Coach,
like,
we need that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like one of the schools I was at beforehand, like it got so cool because like you only could wear school colors.
Oh, okay. So
like the practice to the weight room, anywhere. If they're not the school colors or the color that we chose for the day, oh, you got to take that off or you got to leave.
Ooh, okay.
So like one of my coaches, he was a Sigma, and he gonna laugh because he gonna see this because he a big time basketball coach now.
Okay.
This joker came out there with his Sigma shirt on, blue Sigma shirt on. Boys like, Coach, now he gotta go take that off right now. I said, well, y'all tell him then.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, Coach, hey, look, I'm gonna keep this high with you. You gotta go.
I know that's right. Yeah.
And Coach wouldn't change his shirt and he won't upset about nothing. But it's kind of cool when you see that your kids are holding up the same standard that you're holding up.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we do to kind of make sure our guys understand, like, look, you guys can come at me and my coaches the same way we come at you. But we're also gonna be respectful to each other.
Yes.
Now, if I say something that you feel like hurt your feelings, and you didn't like it the way I said it, then once I leave the football field, come talk to me.
Right.
Because I tell them all the time, Coach Nowell in the office is not Coach Nowell on the field.
Yeah. And what's the difference of the two? I think people need to understand that, even like players, or not players, but parents and spectators, because they don't know that we have to have a switch.
Yeah. So I tell guys when I'm on the field, like, I don't want to hear your excuses on the field. You know, like all I see is what's happening right now. And what's happening right now, if I feel like you're wrong, then I'm going to tell you you're wrong and I'm going to be hard on you.
Yes.
Right. But then if you come back into the office after practice, it's like, look, Coach, this is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I messed up on this.
Yeah.
But you wrong on this.
Right.
And then I'll be like, man, you know what? You're right. And then I will apologize to the kid.
Right.
Especially in front of the guys too.
Yeah.
You know, because that's one of the things I think the kids need to see. Like I tell them all the time, like when I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to let everyone know that I was wrong. That was my fault. Even in games, if I make a bad call and the kids get a penalty for them, like, dog, that was me. Like, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I'll take that. My bad, coaches. You know? But like coaches, man, I mean, young coaches, you talking about like getting into it. Like, man, I had some coaches this year that was funny to me. Like they kind of got into it, and the boys like, Coach, what you gonna do? Yeah. Hey, if y'all fight each other, I'm gonna fire both of y'all.
Yeah. Just so you know, straight up. Yeah.
So the kids was like, yo, why you like that? And I was like, man, because they grown men.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, that's the decision that they made. So like that's one of the things we kind of communicate about. Like, look, this is what's going to happen if you do this. This is going to happen if you do that. You know, because at the end of the day, communication is everything. So as long as my expectations are communicated to you, you can't say that you didn't know.
That's the biggest part. Making sure everybody understands what the expectations are up front.
Yes.
Now, if coaching ended for you tomorrow, let's just say for whatever reason, coaching ended for you tomorrow, what part of your work would you miss the most?
I would say just hanging out in the weight room with the guys or in the locker room.
Okay.
You know, just sitting there talking to the boys, man. That's one of the things I think is the dopest part about being a coach. When you get to actually get to know them.
Right.
And some of them jokers funny.
Yeah, they are.
Right?
Great personalities.
What?
Yeah.
Man, they're funny. And then like you're talking about some of them are really thoughtful.
Yeah.
Like they sit there and they think and they're like, Coach, why is it this way? Why is it that way? So I think those would be the things that I would miss.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the stuff that matters the most when it comes to coaching. Because at the end of the day, they not gonna remember how much winning they done.
Yeah.
Or how
it's the relationship,
how bad of a player they were, or how great a player they were. They're gonna remember what they want to remember.
Yeah.
You know, and most of the time it's gonna be those conversations that you guys had behind closed doors, or when you guys were with your teammates when they were having fun.
Yeah. And before we started this interview, you asked, do you miss being a coach? And I was like, nah, not the head coach part, because the camaraderie and, you know, hanging out and being able to just not have the weight of all the other aspects of a program on my shoulders. I miss that part. The other part, hey man, young guys like yourself, thumbs up, brother.
Man,
y'all can run it.
So I tell people all the time, so I'm more so inclined to, I will hire an older coach who's been a head coach before. And those guys usually work really well for me because I don't mind taking the ownership as being a head coach.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like all the stuff that they don't like, my former D coordinator, Terrence McCormick, he's still a New Bern. He used to always be like, bro, I'm cool with just doing this the rest of my career. Like,
yeah, I know that's right.
You handle them Paris. You handle this. You handle that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you let me work.
Nothing feels better than that's the head coach over there. You might want to talk to him.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Or listen, I will tell you a funny story. I'll never forget this. So my first 2 years at New Bern, it was like I'm begging like for help. Like, I'm begging Bobby Curlins. Like, Coach Curls, you still work in the building. Please come coach for me.
Yeah.
Come coach for me.
Yeah.
So I finally got him to coach. And I asked his wife, Miss Bev, like, Miss Bev, can you please come back out there? I need him. So we get in a tight game. And he's in the press box because he coaches the offensive line. He's probably one of the best offensive line coaches I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's the end of the game. And I'm like, yo, coach, what do you think we should run right now? And he says, Tor, you the head coach. I ain't making this call no more.
I know that's right.
For.
I know that's right.
And I was just like, in that moment, I was like, oh, man, like, I really got to depend on myself.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought it was a great lesson because it was like, man, this your show.
This
now.
is it.
Like, you take ownership of it. Like,
I know that's right.
And that's one of the things that I would tell people all the time, man. Bobby Curlins won way more football games than I ever won. And the fact that he gave me the respect and the look, this is you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna back you on everything you do. And I'm gonna tell you if I like it, if I don't like it. Or even when I might call something that's crazy and it worked, he'd be like, hey, I don't care what I just said, run it again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're right. So I think that's one of the cool parts of doing what we do and just getting to know coaches, man. But like I tell you, man, like our coaches, like I like former head coaches. Because former head coaches, you do not have to tell them what to do.
No.
You know, in this new age. And you guys are okay with accepting roles.
Yeah.
You know, and knowing that role, and this is what I always tell young coaches, like if I give you a minor role, right? At the end of the day, your role may change.
Yeah.
You may move up.
Yeah.
You may move back.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all depending on how you work.
The execution.
You know, and that's the thing. But we tell our players the same thing. Like right now, I'm in a situation of I got a lot of kids who want to play both sides of the ball. And I love kids who play both sides of the ball.
Okay.
But you have to show me that you're fully committed to the side that you actually played that. When I do put you on offense, you won't take plays off on defense.
I know that's right.
If I put you on defense, you won't take plays off.
I need 100 on both sides.
Yeah. You know, and it's really hard to do it. So like it's more of I got to train that mentality in those guys. So like getting coaches to understand, like, look, yes, you can do a lot of things, but I need you to be really good at doing that one thing first. And then I promise you I got you.
Then we can cross train. Don't worry about it. We get you right. So with a city like Durham, there's history here, right? What does community like partnerships, relationships with the teachers, with the school, because Hillside has a tradition like no other. What does all that mean when you're coming in and you're walking into the situation, and how do you continue to foster it, but then also add your own piece to the tradition?
I think that's been the hardest transition for me since being here. My wife probably laughed when I say tradition, you know, because that's all we heard when I got here.
I know
It's
that,
like,
yeah.
anytime you change something, that's not how we do
That's
it.
not
That's
the way
not how
we do it.
And like I tell them all the time, in order for a tradition to become a tradition,
Mhm.
it had to be started at some point.
Right.
Right. So for me, I understand how big our high school is
Mhm.
for the Durham community.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Yes,
one
it
of the few historically Black high schools,
Right.
you know, that gave people who look like me an opportunity to go to school and to learn,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, we had some great coaches at our school,
Mhm.
you know, and
Mhm.
that's one of the things that we constantly talk to our kids about, like understanding the history, understanding that there have been people who've done the same things you guys have done and been very successful at doing it. So you're not alone. So for me, one of the big things that I always try to do when I take over a program is constantly slowly work myself into community. Because I
Yeah.
mean, when you do it initially and you're trying to do a whole
It don't
bunch,
seem
it
genuine.
don't seem genuine.
Yeah.
But when you show people like I'm here, like I tell my guys all the time, like when I left New Bern, I made a decision to come here to be with you guys because
Yeah.
this is where I wanted to be at.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I'm here.
Mhm.
You may not feel it now, but I'm telling you, I'm here. So
Right.
I mean, each year we try to add a little bit more community service to
Mhm.
everything,
Mhm.
show people that we're working.
Mhm.
Because this is what I tell people all the time. It's easy for people to criticize kids when they don't see
It
them
is.
doing anything outside of just playing football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you see these kids here volunteering their time to go to elementary schools
Mhm.
to read books to kids,
Mhm.
when you see that these kids are actually doing a whole reading program themselves in the summer that they don't have to do, and it has
Right.
nothing to do with education, right?
Right.
When you see that the history of like at Hillside, one of the dopest things we do is our homecoming parade.
Okay.
When you see all the classes line up and
Yeah.
you're talking about class after class, and you're like, yo, the school went back that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the dopest thing. And just like our community is unlike any other community because they're so passionate about
Yes,
it.
they are.
You know, they're passionate about football. So like for me, I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, like, I'm okay with the pressure of being in a job like this.
Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when I was at New Bern, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. So you kind of get used to that and you understand, but you also have to kind of let your kids know that, look, hey, we are Hillside,
Mhm.
but you guys have to create your own path.
I know that's right.
You
Yeah.
know, like
what's
you
your,
have to create.
what's your branch of the legacy?
Yeah, you know, and that's one of the things I tell our guys all the time. Are you bringing to the legacy of Hillside? Or are you taking?
Mhm.
Right? Because a lot of kids take
Mhm.
because hey, we won back then.
Yeah.
We did this back then.
Hey man, that's
But
like the Steeler fans.
yeah.
Everybody want to talk about the 70s. Like, what you
are we
doing now?
What are we doing now? And how are we making this program better? And in order to get somewhere that you've never been before, you got to do some things that you've never done before.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So that was one of the things I talked to our guys about. And listen, I'm huge on history. I wanted to go to school for history because that's what I really love.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I love the history and learning about places and communities
Yeah.
when I moved there.
Yeah.
You know, because you have to know these things, you know. So that's one of the things I talk to our guys about. Hey, what do you know about this school? What's this and that? What history do we got here? How we do this? So we got a lot of coaches that spend a lot of time after practice that kind of give them some educational based facts about our school.
Yeah.
In general.
That's dope.
You know,
that's actually really
so
dope.
they can get to know it because it's not the old Hillside that we were used to seeing where it used to be kids that came from Cornwallis, McDougal, and all of that. We got kids from all over.
Yeah.
They come to school now. So it's not the traditional Hillside where we used to just have those kids.
Yeah.
We have kids coming from different communities now. So now we have to pour in our history into those guys. Just like they had to pour their history into me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like today I purposely wore my black Hornets thing. Okay. This is not our school colors, by the way. Just make sure everyone knows. I know that it's not our school colors.
Right.
But these kids like alternate jerseys.
Yeah, they do. They love it.
Right?
Yeah.
So they were like, we want to wear a black jersey.
Yeah. They want to see colorways.
We want to do gray. So we did a gray. We did a black.
Yeah.
But it's for the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It ain't for
Yeah.
me. Like,
Right.
I mean, navy blue's my favorite color.
Mine too. Yeah. Mine
Right?
too.
It's
Yeah.
my favorite color. So of course, I love the navy.
Yeah.
I love the white. But also our kids, they want to do different things, you know what I'm saying? Because they see all these other schools with different colors and this and that. So I think also with coming up the times, we got to try different things to
That's
keep our
true.
kids locked in on what we do.
Yeah.
Like here, I'll tell you at Hillside, which is completely different than what I've ever done in my coaching career. And I had to take this L. And it's not really an L because now I get to hold them accountable for it. But in my previous schools I've been at as a head coach, like during homecoming, like we didn't participate. We the show.
Word. You did that? You got away with that?
Absolutely.
Sheesh. That's you got the juice to do that.
Absolutely, because they wanted that. They wanted our kids locked in. They wanted kids to be locked in on this whole purpose.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about at one of my previous schools, like homecoming pep rallies. We stand in the field house until y'all announce the football team.
Hey man, you my type of dude. So anybody who was there at Enloe, when I said the same, I almost cussed. Kids will be watching this. When I said that same thing, y'all killed me. When I tell you I had to fight the cheerleader coach, not physically but verbally, because I'm like, wait, you want our guys to just be standing in the sun?
Hey, listen,
it's hot as I don't know what. Like we got to get locked in because if we lose the day, then y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Yes, and that is the hard part. But also, I'm learning now as an older coach.
Yeah.
Is that I gotta kind of let the kids, let them dictate some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So like now, since I've been at Hillside, like last year, Mel won homecoming.
Okay.
You know, that's my running back. He's my best player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of my best players. So like, I'm like, hey, look, leading up to this week, bro. Like, look, I know you trying to win homecoming king. I know you trying to, but
log in.
Yeah. We don't win homecoming.
It don't mean nothing.
I ain't saying it don't mean nothing. They trying to get rid of me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I need y'all to understand the pressure that comes with me being here at Hillside, too. Like, so I need y'all to understand that, but I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to celebrate you guys. Like, I want y'all to be in it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I need y'all to give me everything you got.
Yeah.
Not let it become a distraction, but just understand that, like, hey, coach, this is a piece that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But I'm still locked in on football.
Right. Right.
You know? So I think that's been cool to be here, to be able to kind of let my guard down in that standpoint.
Yeah.
And seeing that it still works.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because like people will tell you all the time, there's multiple ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
Right. So like with our guys, I'm learning here that I can relax on certain policies that I haven't relaxed on in the past. Because like I'm very militant. Like, I want stuff this way, this way, and that way. But like since I've been here, what I've been learning is that like I can let down just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I always tell them, hey, once you fail at doing it your way, then I'm automatically going back.
Yeah, I know that's right. Immediately.
Yeah. So like they kind of understand that. So it's more so like now, like I have to trust them to do things the right way to keep what they want to do alive versus what I naturally want to do myself.
Right, right. Now let's get into just to a little bit of just like self-care, because the one thing I do want people, especially young coaches, to hear about is it's important to have self-care and separation in this. When I see your hat says girl dad. I too am a girl dad. I got 3 daughters, like family, things like that. What do you do to separate and like just like what hobbies do you have? How do you replenish your cup? Because you are pouring into a lot of different cups as a head coach.
So I would say that I sucked at this in the beginning because it was more so like I want to prove to everyone that I'm good.
Yeah.
And I think that goes through every coach's head when you get into this business. Like you want to prove that you're so good that like sometimes you neglect a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So for me, one of the things that I gave up on, and people think I'm lying every time I tell them this, is Saturdays I don't watch film.
Okay. Okay.
So I wait till Sunday before I start processing film. So like now, late Saturday night about 11:30. My wife and my daughter are going to sleep. Then I might pull the film out and try to do it. Now I'll exchange it so my other coaches can start breaking it down. But like I won't watch film until Sundays. Okay. So then Sundays I'll lock in on the film and I kind of do that. Saturdays are kind of made for whatever my wife and my daughter want to do. And then the off season, like she'll tell you now, like I'm always like I don't really plan anything. So people are like, "What you got planned?" I'm like, "Whatever she want to do."
Yeah, yeah, it's her time.
Like whatever they want to do because like. We are not home
a lot. Yeah.
You know, and like I'm kind of blessed being here now and in my previous schools that my daughter goes to school where I'm at. So like she's with me a lot.
Okay, good.
You know, so like she can't say, oh, daddy's at practice all the time. Yeah. Because she here at practice.
Right, right, right.
You know, and that's one of the cool parts about being a head coach that I do have that leeway that I can have her there with me. But she also understands what I'm doing. So it's pretty cool, you know. So like that's one of the things. But like I tell young coaches all the time, like, man, you got to go home. Like at the end of the day, family comes first. Yeah. Like no matter what paycheck you get, because they will be the only people that's gonna really have your back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and in this profession, we understand that people criticize us all the time. So you got to kind of have that. You got to have that break. You don't want her mad at you and the community mad.
Ooh.
You know, you talking about that's a
you'll be miserable.
Yeah, that's a different type of pain. So I think I tell young coaches all the time, man, you got to make sure you're keeping balance. And like I tell people all the time, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
My wife will tell you I'm not perfect. Like
Yeah.
I'm flawed like anyone else, so but I have gotten better at it. And one of the things I try to do is communicate to my coaches about doing that.
Yeah.
Hey, your child's sick. Man, coach, I don't want to miss practice.
Nah.
You
go
stay
home.
home.
Yeah, go
Or
home.
one of my young coaches, he just had a baby and like we started doing morning practice.
Yeah.
It was so late, so we were practicing like at 5 a.m. He had a little newborn out there. And I was like, bro, he was like, but this my week, dog. And I was like, nah, dog, get that baby from out here. We ain't getting in no trouble behind this one.
Yeah.
And he was just like, nah, for real. Like, I'm here with you, coach. And I said, man, listen, I completely get it.
Yeah.
But also, that baby need to be in the house.
I know that's right. Yeah.
So I think just getting them to understand that. And then, like, I tell you, man, it's sort of like my practice routine. Like, you still can win doing it that way. You know, like, I tell people all the time, if I want to practice in the summer 4 or 5 days a week, I'm going to college.
Yeah. Move up. It's time to move up.
Yeah. Like there's no point. I mean, because they're still high schoolers. They still have lives outside of football.
Yeah.
Like they want a vacation. I tell people all the time, hey, it's going to be unpopular opinion. I love dead periods.
Yeah, that's going to be unpopular because I'd hated them.
I love them, man. Listen, I don't have to think about football.
Yeah.
Like I had a kid call me yesterday, like, coach, can you open the weight room up? I said, listen, man, that's gonna be against North Carolina High School Athletic Association policies. I'll open that weight room up for you, this and that, versus any other time, like, coach lazy, he don't want to work.
Yeah.
And like, nah, it ain't that, man. Like, nah, I just know what we got. Like, so I think that's one of the cool parts of like actually having dead periods. Because when you work with people who don't like dead periods, oh, you talking about a dead period be miserable. Because they looking for anything for you to do. So, like, that's why I was telling you, I don't have any coaches with me today because I don't want to bother them jokers. Like,
I know that's right.
Because I know once we get into the task of doing football, then that's long. You know, we meet every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, we meet after like 5 or 6 because guys go to church.
Yeah.
You know, so we want to have all that family time, and then I try to make sure we get them back home at a decent time also.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's one of the things that I tell people all the time, just like understanding that, hey, you got to give a little bit more.
Yeah. Now, looking ahead to the season, let's talk some football for now. Hillside, what are we expecting? What's it going to look like as far as just the difference between last year and this year? Because, you know, you got new players in certain positions. So what is it going to look like?
Hillside this year, I think we're going to be special, to be honest with you. Traditionally, all the programs I've kind of taken over, third year is always one of those really decent seasons for us. And I'm not like trying to hype anything up, but like I've seen the work a lot of our guys have put in the off season.
Okay.
But also like these guys are becoming more familiar with me. You know, and that's the tough part. Transitioning, you know, I took over a program who graduated 33 seniors. And then after graduating 33 seniors, before I got hired, 12 kids already transferred. And you're talking about, if you look at any high school, you're talking about to lose over 40 plus players, you lost the whole team.
Yeah.
You know, so building and using young guys. And then, of course, you know, hey, you're not from here. You don't do things the way we're used to doing them. You still lose guys. But, I mean, that's part of the process. And I have never worked in a city school.
Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, this transferring thing and all this stuff is new to me. So I'm still learning my way as I go too, man. But the thing I always tell guys is that at the end of the day, I'm going to be consistent on who I am and what I do. I don't mind changing, but I need you guys to change too.
Yeah.
You know, so don't make it seem like I'm going to be the only one that's going to be changing on this whole process. So what I tell guys is that, man, we're just going to keep working hard. We're going to get better and better every year. As the season go on, we're going to get better. You know, of course, I'm an option guy. I can't help it. My coach used to say back in the days, man, hey, you better get us in the beginning of the season because at the end, it's going to be scary. But, I mean, that's kind of who we are. I think we got kids that work really hard defensively. We got some special talent on our defense this year. And I think some kids are working really hard. I think we're going to have some kids who can surprise people. Offensively, man, I think we're going to be smooth. You know, I think this is the third year. I think kids are buying into some of the things that we're doing. I'm doing things a little differently than what I've done before with them. So I think it's on both sides of the ball. We're trying to constantly evolve and grow.
Okay, cool. Last question, and I'm going to get you out of here, Coach. 20 years from now, when a former player calls you, what do you hope they say about your influence on their life?
I think it's pretty cool because now I got kids now who call me and tell me about that. So I think that's pretty dope. One of the things I tell guys all the time, like, yes, I do have kids who play big time college football.
Yeah.
But I also have kids who don't go to school to play football. So on Father's Day, when I get on social media and I see my former players being great fathers,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that
makes me
matters,
feel good
that
too.
matters to me the most.
Husbands, like
you
that
know?
makes me. I'm like, yo, they doing it.
Yeah, y'all might fuss about them boys when they was in school, but listen, they being great dads right
Yeah.
now. So I think that's one of the dopest parts. And just them talking to me and like, I really don't. I'm not gonna say that. I always tell my guys, if you want me to be a father figure,
Mhm.
let me know that you want me to be a father figure.
Yeah.
Because I now know how to handle you.
Yeah.
But if you want me to be and I prefer to be
Yeah.
you gotta let me know because they two different people.
It's way different.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think that's one of the cool parts that I get to talk to my guys about all the time is like, man, like let's communicate. Like, let me know what you need from me.
Yeah.
So I can help you out, but also getting them to understand, like, hey, this football stuff gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gonna end, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like we all got dreams.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a whole lot of guys who had dreams that didn't make it. So
Right.
what's next?
Yeah. What's plan B?
So that's one of the things we definitely talk to our guys about and make sure they understand that. And it helps you out, man. But like definitely getting those phone calls like, yo, coach, I appreciate you. Like,
Yeah.
man, I coached in Defiance College probably 13 years ago, maybe. It might be even longer than that. And like I was a GA up there and our head coach got fired at the end of the season. So like I'm the only black coach on the coaching staff.
Ooh.
I'm in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah.
I've never left where I'm from
Mm-hmm.
more than 30 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So to hear kids like that, and you're talking about these kids are about the same age as I am because I was fresh out of college.
Okay.
So like those guys hit me up like, yo, coach, I love you, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everything you taught me when I was in college.
Yeah.
You're talking about I got one kid who drove all the way here from Ohio just to see me one time. And I was like, dog, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's dedication.
But look, the crazy part is too, like I know little things about them that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of my players is getting recruited by Ohio State, Ryan Day showed up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So my kid that was back there, he's an adult now. And he's managing companies and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Coach Day, like I hate to do this, but I gotta do it. I'm like, can I FaceTime one of my former players?
Yeah.
He's a huge Buckeyes.
Yeah.
And like I FaceTimed him with Ryan Day, and he was like, yo, this is crazy. His wife reached out to me, was like, you don't know how much that meant to him. Like you made his day, like that's all he's talking about. So I'm just like, yo, that is cool when we get those opportunities because a lot of times we tell people they don't see it. Like people see us, see that we get to meet these coaches. They're like, oh, dude, that's cool. I would love to do it. But we're like, man, nah, that's a little hard dealing with those guys. But you want it for your kids more so than you want it for yourself.
Absolutely.
You already know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like I tell my guys all the time, like, man, I've been successful in coaching already.
Yeah.
Like that's not the ultimate goal for me. Do I want to win? Absolutely.
I
want to win, but I want to see you guys win.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see my assistant coaches win.
Yeah.
I want to see the school win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's one of the dope things about being a head coach and understanding that like it's a community.
Yeah.
Everything is bigger than you.
Everything
is bigger than us, you know. So I tell our guys all the time, like if you see me after a football game, you don't see me on the sideline cleaning up trash the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm picking trash. I'm doing this like because I want to hold myself accountable
and have that level of pride. Yeah.
You know, so I mean that's one of the dope things. And one of the cool moments that I had since I've been here at Hillside that I would tell y'all about is that one morning I woke up after we won the conference championship my first year.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a picture of me taking a knee in the middle of the field praying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I literally thought I was in the stadium by myself because I stayed out there and cleaned up. But I was just praying. I was just thanking God because like that first year was kind of rough, you know, and still be able to win a conference championship throughout all the stuff and all the emotional things that happened that year, you know, like I was thankful. So like when that picture went around, like I was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and just still just understanding that, hey, listen, there's a lot more left in me. Like I told my guys this year, they're going to get the best version of Coach Nowell simply because like I'm present, feel good. I know what I need to give to them.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the dope part now.
Yeah. Now, this is off the script question, and I want to ask because I kind of asked Coach Lee this and Coach Wilson, so I want to stay with this. What was one of the hardest situations? You don't have to name the student, but one of the hardest situations that you have dealt with a student where I don't want to say break them, but they finally bought in, but it took them a while to buy in. And when they did, it was like the light went off and now they your guy.
Oh, that's easy. I can tell you, and I'll say his name. He'll vouch on me on this. Yazir Jones out of Pamlico. Listen, me and Yazi got into it. It was crazy because Yazi's father was the same age as me.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I first started being a coach. So it was more so like, dog, you're not my dad.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So like it was always every time I say something, he used to go against me. So it got to the point that I kicked him off the team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I kicked him off the team. In the year I kicked him off the team, we were horrible.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like we were 2-something. He's been one of the kids who's been playing the whole time.
Yeah.
And then that his junior year, come back. He like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try again. So
Okay.
I'm like, all right, bet. So he was trying to try again on his own path.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah. So look, if you want to come back, every day that you miss practice, you got a bear crawl for it.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got 25 bear crawls per day.
Yeah.
Man, he got up to like 300 some bear crawls. So he spent like 2 weeks. You talking
Just
about bear crawling, hating Coach Nowell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hating me, fussing at me, going off about me. To the point where he became a leader and he was on that team that the first ever team to go to the state championship. He was a captain.
Okay.
You know, and he was one of those guys who he bought in and he communicated with the other kids and he let everybody know, like, man, I done did it with Coach Nowell. Like, if I did it, you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that was one of the things that showed me that, like, yeah, you can be hard on kids and hold them accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they still will respect you. You know, like, because like even now I tell guys all the time, man, if I kick a kid off the team, like when I see you in the school building, man, I'm still gonna rock with you.
You still cool.
Like,
it's not personal.
Don't avoid me.
Yeah, it's not personal. You see him try to hide off in the corner.
I'm gonna speak to you. I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you that I love you simply because like sometimes some kids can hurt your program.
Yeah.
You know, and us as coaches, man, we want to give everybody the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we give too many chances, and then like the community don't understand how we get those chances.
Yeah.
But it's because we understand. But then when it gets to that point where like, hey, I got to make a hard decision now. You know, so one of the cool parts that I do now is I put that on my kids.
Okay.
And I'll be like, hey, what do you think we need to do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all my piece after y'all all give me y'all piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most of the time, the kids know when it's the right time. Even before we know. Like they'll be like, nah, coach, they need to go.
Yeah.
But nah, coach, like, look, he going through a lot. Give him a chance. Work with him.
Yeah.
We got him. I like, so next time then you guys gotta kick him off.
Yeah. It's up to y'all now. Yeah.
You know, so like that's one of the cool parts about like being a leader and learning how to give your kids more of the say-sos and stakes in it because like they hold each other accountable. You know, that's one of the things we tell our guys now. We're intentional about everything we do. Yeah. You know, just like you were talking about my hat. Like I intentionally wear my girl dad hat because I want to make sure that people understand that I'm super proud of being a girl dad. Yeah, yeah. You know, so like you know, like it's dope. Too. You know, so like, and I always thought I wanted a son, and my wife will tell you now I don't want a son. Yeah, I want me another girl. If I do have another kid, that might not happen.
God bless you with that. But, I'm trying to tell you, 3 girls is rough. I got all 3, but you know,
so like that's one of the dope things that like we talk about now. Let's be very intentional and like the piece that we didn't get to talk about more. But I'm gonna say it is that, and we talked about this off camera, but I'm gonna say it while we're on camera. Yeah, the job as a head football coach is to put our guys in the best situations for them to be successful on and off the field. Yeah. Do we want all our kids to go to college? Absolutely. Right? Do we want all our kids to be Division I football players? Absolutely. Yes. I have this thing I say to our kids all the time. If I can give every single one of you a Division I scholarship, why wouldn't I do it? I would do it, hands down. And I was like, why do you think I would do it? And they'd be like, I don't know. And I'd be like, because it make me look like I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Right. But it's not that easy. Right. You know, so like we always tell our guys, like, you got to think outside of the box when it comes to understanding what the colleges are looking for now. And size is one of the big things right now. Yeah. No matter how you do it, and we tell our guys all the time, like if you don't look at the numbers that they look like right away, they're gonna look past you. They're gonna look right past you. Now you may go to camp and show out, and then they say, "Oh, yeah, let me rethink." Yeah. But then like the numbers game, you got to understand what they're doing. So like we tell our guys now, make sure that you're intentional with your grades. Look, the better your grades are, the more opportunities you're gonna have. I didn't get told that when I was playing ball. Yeah. You know, I did enough to stay eligible. Then I missed out on some money academically. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I am 38. You're 38. Okay. I'm 44. But I'm like you, we didn't get told. Here's what we got told. You get 2.0. Right. And then that was it. Like, you got to get a 2.0. I'm going to go even further. So this is one of the things because like we think our kids know everything.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't.
Mm-hmm.
So the easiest way that I break down GPAs to our guys,
Mm-hmm.
you can use this whenever you want to. All right. If you got a 4.0, guys, that means you made A's the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you got a 3.0,
that's big.
That means you made B's the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 2.0.
C's. Yeah.
If you got a 1.0, you had D's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now when you're talking about like, hey, you need a 2.5. Hey, guys, your C's and B's got to balance each other out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're midway.
Yeah.
Right? So like when I tell kids that, they be like, yo, I never thought about it. Like, I was like, no, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Nobody ever told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now if you mess around and make a D in that whole situation, now you talking about you below that.
Yeah.
So what can you do to kind of help them out? And I think just clear understanding of what is needed now is one of the big things that we got to talk to kids about.
Yeah.
You know, and just make sure they understand the numbers and how things set up.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, now like I've had some kids transfer in over the time. Is like what I'm learning too with those guys is I think when you have kids transfer in, I think you gotta be super honest with kids.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be super honest with kids and really tell them who you are,
Mm-hmm.
but also try to find out who they are beforehand simply because it's gonna help you out. So I had a kid this year who transferred in, and I learned more from him on how to handle transfers this year than I've ever in coaching.
Gotcha.
Simply because I didn't have enough time to sit there and understand who he was.
Right. Right.
You know, so he taught me something big that I get to use now. And like I tell guys all the time, like I tell people why not to come to our school. You know, like if you want to come to my school, I'm gonna be hard on you. I'm gonna fuss at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Because if not, don't waste your time.
Yeah, because I'm gonna fuss because I can't change just because you're so good. Like, no, like everyone's gonna get fussed at on the team. And if you're really good, you're gonna get fussed at a whole lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because I expect more from you. This is like I tell assistants, I expect more from my paid assistants than I do from my assistants who I don't pay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now if you're a coordinator and you're making bigger money, then I expect more from you.
Yes.
You know, because I mean that's what we do. So I think the accountability and kind of letting kids understand where we're at right now, understanding that everyone's not going to college to play football.
Please understand that.
Everyone's not going to college to play football.
Please understand that.
Some guys are going to go to school and become truck drivers.
Yeah.
Guess what? They're going to make a lot more money than what Coach Nowell makes now.
A lot faster too.
Absolutely.
Right out the gate.
You know, some guys are going to go to military, you know, and then start another career after they get out of the military. You know, some guys are going to be business owners. Some guys going to be entrepreneurs right now. You know, that's the big thing. Like I tell our kids all the time, like, man, why don't you got social media? Like, I don't really like social media, but like, why don't you? But why are you using it just to watch it? Like, try to make some money off of it. Like, I think what you're doing now is dope. Like, this is something that I would like to do.
All right. I'm here.
But
I'm here.
I tell people all the time, like, I just don't think that's me because I don't really like being on camera.
Oh,
you know, I don't mind talking, and this and that, but I don't really like being on camera because, of course, all this comes.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
so
immediately. Like so that's one of the things that I tell our guys. So like, I'm always trying to tell our guys to look into more. Like, let's find out what kind of career you want.
Yeah,
because then that'll help me out with school choices.
Yeah, it does.
You know, like I have a kid on my team that this year, like he told me he wanted to be a pilot. I'm like, bro, like let's look at schools. You want to fly planes?
Yeah.
You know, like because you're gonna
aviation.
you're gonna get to your career faster.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I tell guys all the time, like, even some of you guys who go to school to play football, when you get to college to play football, it's completely different than high school. Like, you think I'm demanding,
right?
They have no idea. Wait till you get to your college coach whose family is going to be feeding off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we just try to make sure our guys are prepared for life after.
So let me ask you this, and I know we're off script, but these are conversations that I like for parents to hear when a coach is okay with being vulnerable about it. What is the biggest misconception that parents have right now, in your opinion, about the recruiting process?
So I do think social media kind of runs everything. So I think a lot of times parents see kids at other schools get offers and think that the coaches at these other schools are not doing the same thing. Versus, this is one of the things I think is funny and no one really talks about it. So I'll say it all out now. The same coaches who come to Hillside, go to Jordan, Go to Southern.
Go to Riverside.
Go to Riverside.
Go to Northern.
Go to Durham. Go to Panther Creek because it's right on the road.
Yeah.
They go to all these schools because that's their job.
Yeah.
You know, so like when our kids don't get an offer, when they see the school's been there, it's not that the coaches are not putting them in front of the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they don't think the kid is good enough to play.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the other kids just look better than what the kid you have looks like.
That's it.
And I think that's the hard part because no one wants to hear the truth all the time.
Right.
Right. But I think it's something that the parents need to know. Like these same coaches, they come around in a circle. Like that's their job.
Yeah.
Like their job is to jump
hit
at
the
all
street.
the schools.
Yeah.
And then us being in Durham, we start school at 9:15. It makes it really hard for them because sometimes they start their day at 6 o'clock. So the schools who open up at 7, they are in those schools early. And then they may say, you know what?
I'm tired.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they'll hit you up like, Coach, hey, you'll be available for this or that.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. And that just like I think all coaches want their kids to go to college.
Everybody does, man.
You know, I think we all have the same thing. I think we all have our recruiting spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all send those spreadsheets to the schools that are in the area that are looking for our guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all call and talk to coaches, especially if we think we got a player that can play for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that we all are truthful to ourselves and to our players because I think sometimes you got to let them know that like, hey, you may not be what they're looking for right now.
Right.
You know, and I tell our guys recruiting is like dating.
Yeah.
Right. And I tell them it sounds crazy, but I ask them all the time. Like I tell them like, look, so when you guys in the terms of our kids, I'm speaking of our kids' terms, like, are you going after the average person, the average girl, or the bad girl?
Mm-hmm. And they gonna go up the bad girl.
And they're like, yo, I want the bad girl. So like, so then if that don't work out for you, then what you want? Oh, I think I'm gonna go to the average girl. Why are you going to the average girl now? Because that average girl may think she a bad girl.
Right.
So now you're in a spot now where you don't know where you fit in at because your thoughts and your perception were completely different than what they are. And I told them like that's how the colleges are operating. Like they want the best looking player first.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they're looking at what's next, what looks comparable.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes on and on. So like I tell people all the time, it's really hard to kind of, like you've been coaching for a while. Yeah. It's super hard to pick college coaches' thoughts and brains.
Absolutely.
Because you're like, I don't know what you want. Coach, tell me what you want.
Yeah. That's the first question, Coach. What you looking for?
Yeah. Or my favorite one is who are the guys you want to see?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times parents get upset that, well, Duke came here today and my son didn't get to see Duke. And I'm like, well, Duke
didn't ask for him.
They want to see this kid, and this kid. Coach. And then they will say, listen, if there's somebody else that you really believe can play at my level, then bring him in so I can at least look at him.
Yeah.
Right.
And that might get you an invite to camp, but that still ain't getting you off.
Yes. And offers are not being thrown out there like they used to be.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's hard. But I mean, I think it's okay because now what I think is, and I played at HBCU, that's a Division II school. I think the Division II schools and Division III schools now, I think they're going to benefit so much more.
Yeah.
Because now they're going to get a quality football player that can play.
Mm-hmm.
And now they can leave.
Yeah.
Get film and go. So that's one of the things we talk to our guys, like go to a school where people actually want you.
Yeah.
Where you know you can get an opportunity to play or at least compete to play.
Yeah.
And now if you get your film,
you can roll
good as you feel you are.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll take you from somewhere else.
And the biggest misconception when I was at Shaw and I had the opportunity to go, recruit on the road is people don't think that there's talent at the D2s and especially at the HBCUs until they show they behind up on campus. And it's like, yo, there's ballers here. Like,
man, listen, at Elizabeth City, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. We had the number one tight end out of the state of Florida on our football team. He went to Florida State. Something didn't work out.
Yeah.
He ended at Elizabeth
City.
God rest his soul. We had the other top defensive end in the state of North Carolina. He went to Tennessee. Something didn't work out. He ended up at Elizabeth City. So
dogs.
Yeah, they can play, right?
Yeah.
So like for me, coming fresh out of high school and going straight to Elizabeth City without going to a junior college or anything else, because at the HBCU level, they going to get them from junior college,
pulling them from everywhere,
the military. So like they were older, so like a lot of times, like I wanted to transfer because like I'm like, no, I'm really young, but I'm playing behind somebody that's 25.
Grown men.
So like I think that's the part that a lot of people don't see. And then when I got the opportunity to coach football at a Division III college in Ohio, what I saw was that in Ohio, there's not a lot of Division II schools.
Right. No, there isn't. I'm from Pittsburgh, so
you
yeah.
know, so Ohio Dominicans, one of the few that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of those kids, because there's more Division III schools up there. So
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about you got some quality football players that go to Division III schools, and then think about it. What is it, Mount Union?
Yep.
They're bringing in 300 plus freshman boys every year to be on their team.
Yeah.
You know, so it's players everywhere
Yeah.
and at every level. And I just would tell parents, don't turn your nose down at anything,
Mm-hmm.
any opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I tell our guys now, you don't know where that coach may end up at later.
Right. And that's
You know?
the coaching carousel, as long as your name is in there and you can ball and you got film, like you said, familiarity. Yeah, excuse me, tongue tied. I seen a kid that went from Michigan to UNC Charlotte, and now he's playing linebacker at Alabama, only because his position coach went to each school.
Absolutely.
And I keep trying to tell these guys the relationship building is key.
Yes, sir.
And you have to have that. You can't just throw rocks. I seen a kid lose his scholarship opportunity because he went to a visit at Pitt and then posted on social media, man, the dudes they got here at my boy's position is sad. My boy should be with me. They cut him right there on the spot.
Social media. I tell guys all the time, man, watch what you post, bro.
Yeah.
Please watch what you post. Don't antagonize. I mean, as coaches, it's so easy. This is what I tell guys all the time. It's so easy for us as coaches.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to press the envelope on a kid,
yeah,
it would be so easy for me to be like, hey, coach, you know that kid you offered? Hey, this is my kid destroying that kid.
Yeah. Here,
right?
watch this film.
Yeah. Right? But I mean, we can't do that as coaches, right?
Nah.
You know, so I think that's one of the things that our kids have to be careful with. Like, yes, they're comparing y'all, but you can't use that as your way of trying to get in.
Yeah.
You know, because then they're gonna see that from a mile away, because then you're saying that's a character issue.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, so like I think it's a lot of times I tell our guys, man, listen, just be honest, communicate with coaches, and don't be scared to ask coaches where are you at on their board.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone always be like, hey, they want you to invite to camp, they like me, Okay, but ask coach, like, hey, exactly where am I at on your board?
Yeah.
Like, you keep telling me you like me, but you won't offer
me. Mm-hmm.
So like, what am I missing? What do I need to do? Because like the one thing we don't want our kids to do is, I'll use Carolina as an example for us. Carolina tells a kid, hey, we really like you.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got this Division II school.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a Division I AA school, like Central.
Yeah.
Really likes you.
Yeah. And ready to take you right now.
But you're still stuck on the fact that coach told you, hey, man, we really like you here at Carolina, man. And if things work out, we're going to get you.
Yeah.
Right? And now you done turned those other schools off because you're waiting on that one offer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot of times we tell our guys, man, just ask these questions, and they be like, coach, you think they're going to get mad at me? And I'm like, nah, like,
it's the
just
business.
Yeah, they get it. Like, communicate with them. Let them know. Like, don't say it in a nasty way.
Yeah.
Or just ask them, like, hey, coach, where I'm at on your board. And then, coach, you keep telling me you like me. Why haven't you offered me? What am I missing?
Right.
What is this? You know, I think that's healthy communication you got with those coaches. And it's going to make you trust that coach a whole lot more if you decide to go to that school.
Yep.
You know, so that's one of the dope things that I think that our kids have access to now. And another thing for the parents is, kids, be on Twitter. Post your film on Twitter. Post workouts on Twitter when you're doing stuff. You're training, you're drilling. If you think you had a really good training session, post it on Twitter. Right? Because a lot of times what the schools don't see and what parents are not understanding now is football is slowly turning into basketball, baseball, volleyball when it comes to coaches recruiting, because now they have direct access to your child through social media. So they're communicating with your kids. Turn your inbox on.
Yeah. Please do.
On Twitter,
right?
Yeah. I hear that from coaches. Coach, I've been inboxing this kid, but his thing is not accepting any messages.
Yeah.
Right. I had a coach tell me that. I was like, man, I'm not even good at social what I need to do. So I turned it on.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's one of the things. And make sure that people can find you on social media by your regular name.
Yeah. Don't make it like, yo, I'm out here ODing crazy at this. No.
Yeah.
No.
Put your regular name on there because they're looking for you.
Your name, your football number, call it a day.
Yeah, and put your, if you're in the clearinghouse already, put your ID number up there so they can look for you. You don't have to do a lot of things. So there's a lot of things that the kids and the parents can do now.
Yeah.
That when we were in school,
we
didn't know anything about it. Like I was telling my kid was like, Coach, why you ain't got no huddle highlight tape? I'm like, bro,
I'm old.
I am. Like, we didn't have huddle. Like, we had VHS. Like, we had to go back and rewind the VHS, save this on this tape, this and that. the
Yeah.
tape might have Young and the rest of
Yeah,
the supporters
right.
up there, that you send it off to.
And then you got in trouble from mom because you took her stuff.
Why you tape? Yeah. So like a lot of times I tell them, man, like just be open and talk to them, communicate with them.
Yeah.
Post anything that you think. Like during COVID, when I was in New Bern, like KJ Sampson, man, like he posted a video of him pushing his dad Suburban.
Yeah.
As a workout.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. And people was like, oh my God, he can push a truck. And I'm like, well, it's in neutral.
Yeah.
Like it's in neutral. But yeah, I mean, that's the stuff that they like to see because you're doing something, So like that's what I tell our kids, like, man, just be doing something and post it. But also understand that every max out is not a good max out.
Right.
You
and
know,
every rep
so,
ain't a good rep.
yeah,
I seen some dudes post things from camp that I'm like, I wouldn't have put that up
man,
there.
I've seen trainers post videos of kids that are highly recruited players.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I probably wouldn't post that because I don't think that look good. But, you just never know. And that's what I tell people, man. Like, you never know what coaches like or what they see or what they're looking for. So, I mean, you just got to be careful with that.
Yeah. So then all in all, we've had a great conversation. I'm sorry. It's an hour and 5 minutes. I apologize. I apologize to the missus. I'm sorry.
No worries.
But when I get coaches that can come in and don't mind talking, because, a lot of guys will kind of be reserved on what they're saying. But other parents need to hear this from coaches. You know what I'm saying? So when you get invites to camps and these kids think that this is going to translate to offers, what is your advice to a kid when they get an invite to a camp, just an invite, not an offer?
I say go to mega camps. So we're in Durham. So if Duke or Carolina or NC State or one of those big schools that you dreamed about playing for your whole life, if you want to go to their camp and you're so set on going to their camp, go when they have a mega camp when there's gonna be multiple coaches there, multiple colleges, right? Because like you never know. And I tell our guys all the time, and one of the things I've seen with our guys here in Durham is like I always tell them, man, y'all get so infatuated with competing against everyone in Durham that you don't understand they're recruiting the world. You know what I'm saying? They're recruiting the world. And it's like this kicking thing, man. Like I had a college coach tell me the other day, and I don't know if you know this, but like high school kickers are not really getting recruited like that now because they're going to different countries to get them.
Oh, for real?
Like they were saying that there's schools in like Australia who have punters.
And this is their specialty. Okay.
Or like kickers that are from New Zealand because these kids are playing rugby. So they're more than just a kicker when they get them. You know what I'm saying? They're specialized in this. And I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a totally different level.
I didn't realize that. And they were like, yeah, that's the things that are going on now. So like it helped me understand too. Cause I was like, man, I had a kid that was really good at kicking. I was like, man, why he really good? Like, why? And he was telling me, and I was like, oh, and he was like, and then if those kids don't pan out, they can send those kids back.
Okay.
And they'll send right? So
cold world, baby.
But so it's different now, and the way we see things, everything is different. And like the thing that I try to do now with college coaches is I just ask as many questions as possible, but then I also pull them aside and ask them like, hey, look, can you be completely truthful with me as a coach? So I can tell the kid exactly what you're thinking simply because like I don't want them to hold on to you like them versus you want them.
Right.
Because like I tell our guys all the time, it's not as easy as y'all think it is because the recruiting coordinator, he puts everything in a database. The position coach, he may say, I don't like this kid, but the coach who came out to recruit you didn't recruit your position, but he liked how you look. Right. And now he sent him to your position coach, and then your position coach is like, oh, he's okay. So now they send it to the recruiting coordinator. Now let me send that to the D coordinator. D coordinator says no, or D coordinator says yes, and then you get on the head coach. The head coach says, all right, what's his numbers though? What that look like? What did that look like compared to these? And then like you're talking about, there's so many chains of commands to actually get that offer. That it's a lot. It is a lot to think about. So like that's the one thing we tell our guys is just make sure you understand. Don't take it personal. Like do not take it personal, and just understand that like it's a business, and as long as you understand that it's a business, it won't hurt your feelings.
It so won't. Like it's just like applying for a job. I didn't get the job, try for the next one.
Now, when I was younger, that hurt me. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, when I got a no, man, listen, I had an interview. You can say to the county. I interviewed on my birthday, and I killed the interview. Like, I know I killed it because the AD was like, "Hey, look, you were pretty good." This and that. When I didn't get hired, when I say I cried, I was like, oh. But then it goes back to what we talk about all the time. A lot of time, God protects you from things that you don't need, and this school system is a school that I probably wouldn't work in.
Yeah.
I just wanted a job.
Yeah.
So like that's the one thing I tell our guys all the time, man. Like whatever God has for you is for you and only you. Like nobody can take it away. So this kid getting offered this school doesn't take away from what God has planned for you.
Right.
That's what God has for them. So don't put yourself in that position where you're constantly stressing and putting the pressure of competing with social media and what you see.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you only can take one scholarship.
And that's it.
You only can take one scholarship. So find the right school that fits you. Right? Because what if a school offers you that doesn't have any of the majors you want to major in or this and that?
Or you're just not comfortable.
Yeah, you're not comfortable there. And now you went there and now you're talking about I'm here and I hate it and I'm miserable and I want to come home.
Right.
You know, and also just understanding that at any moment football can be taken away from you. So I have to be at a school where I feel like I fit in. I'm super comfortable with being here. They have my major.
Yeah.
I want to be on this campus even if I'm not playing football.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things I will say about the college I went to. Like I knew when football was over with, like I was still happy with being there because I was so close to home.
Yeah.
You know, I was close to home. So I got to see my mom all the time because my mom worked in the city where I went to college at. They had the major I wanted. Like I went to school for education. Like I thought I was gonna be a principal.
Okay.
You know,
it ain't too late.
I know, but man, like my wife's an assistant principal and I hear
that's
their
what's
stories.
Up. Dope.
So I'd be like, nah, that's not me. I'm more in the athletic administration thing.
Okay.
So I like that a lot more.
Okay.
Because I still get to have my hands in athletics.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the things you got to kind of think about when you're looking at school too. Like, hey, what do we want our kid to go to school for? I mean, most schools have business programs. So if you want to do business, you know business anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you want to do aviation now, there's only select few schools that do it, right?
Yeah, that's special.
So like understanding that, and then also like, man, trade schools are dope now. You're talking about beforehand, community colleges letting you go to school for free. Learn a trade, fresh out of house. You know, why not do that?
Paid.
Yeah.
Like, I keep telling people, one of my friends literally went to a trade school. He laughed at us like, man, y'all going to come. I'm trying to get this money. And we're like, yeah, all right. To this day, I look back at Dave like, damn, Dave did it. Like he just said, I'm going to go get this money. Started working, started flipping. He knew how to buy houses and stuff like that because of his family business. And he rolled. And now when you look at it, it's like that was a great option. He got a trade.
Absolutely.
He got his family. He's doing something. Like it's not something like at that time it was taboo. Like trade, man, I'm going to school. Man, he went and got that bread right out of school.
Like right now, you cannot find many master brick masons right
now.
No. Right? Can't find them. The plumbing business. I tell our guys electricians. Like plumbing hit me in the pockets one time at the worst moment. You know, and I'm telling our guys, like, look, you can make bread off this.
Yeah, you sure can.
Like, understand that. So don't look down at it. You know, so like just keep your mind and options open for everything. So that's what we try to tell our guys because we want them to understand that, like, and this is my kid, all my kids will probably tell you, Coach Nowell said this. Hey man, your life is bigger than just football.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that's what we got to make sure we're constantly telling our kids, like, hey, your life is bigger than football.
Yeah.
You're going to be a father. You're going to be a husband. You're going to be a leader. You're going to be a business owner much longer than you can be a football player.
Yes. All day.
And who are you without football?
Yeah.
You know, because I got kids now and they told me they're going to go to school to be a therapist because they went to school intentionally just to play basketball and it didn't work out for him. And he now wants to help kids understand what to do when that dream is over with.
That's dope.
You know,
but
like that's some stuff that you got to start having open communications about because at the end of the day, like it ain't for everybody.
No,
you know,
no.
So I mean, I think that's some of the stuff that we just need to constantly communicate and talk to people about, and just make sure people understand that, like, listen, we all want your kid to go to school to play ball. We all want your kid to be successful in life, and us as coaches, like that's how we actually get our value. It's not the money we make. We don't make a lot of money. You know, we get it when we get those phone calls like, yo, coach, I appreciate you. Or, hey, coach, come to my wedding.
Yeah.
Like I bragged about it earlier with my wife. Like, my college football coach came to my wedding. How many guys can say that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I'm a decent guy because my college coach came to my wedding. You know, and college coach would be busy. So I was like, yeah, my college coach came to my wedding and he brought me a gift. It was Tupperware. Waverly Tiller. I ain't forgot. But nah, man, it's definitely a cool experience being a head coach. And, you know, a lot of times like this side that I showed you guys today, I can't show that all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I am a leader and I still have to do things the hard way. But like my kids see this side of me all the time.
Right.
You know, but like the parents never get to see it because like it's kind of hard to get close to parents.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Yeah.
because like they still want the best for their child,
Mhm.
and I have to represent the entire team.
Yeah, and school.
Yes.
And the district.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's the hard part that I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
So parents, if you see me as this person who just doesn't like you, I promise you it's not that. Like I'm literally always trying to look out for the best for our team and for your child too. You know, so it's not that I don't want to communicate with you, I don't want to talk to you. It's just like I'm trying to develop a relationship with your child.
Yeah.
So then when we do get to the point that we got to talk, that your kid is being honest with you while I'm in front of you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the second part of our conversation where it's just us really just talking versus the scripted conversation, because I do think that vulnerability is what parents need to see.
Absolutely.
And if you want to get more with Coach, is just as far as just asking questions or anything, can they get to your social media and just ask you some questions?
Yeah, it's just my regular name of that's Torrey Nowell and everything. You can look me up. My profile is not private, you know. It's very intentional. But at the end of the day, man, I just tell people, hey, go Hornets.
Go Hornets. So make sure you come out to the First and Goal 365 Jamboree that will be at Durham County Memorial Stadium. Coach will be going against South Garner, which we have next interview coming up with Coach Greg Green. And he has some guys that have made some big recruiting choices over the summertime. So we'll be getting a chance to talk with him about that. But make sure you come out, support, because a portion of the proceeds is going to every single school that participates in the Jamboree. So not only will your ticket get you to see it, but support as well. So I am Coach Block. Don't compare, compete. Peace.